decent.
Yeah, Roshan in the previous spell was crying out for a seamer to come on. Finally, he's left the box and they brought a seamer on. Or maybe he went downstairs and had a word with someone. But I think the strategy was to try and bowl the slower bowlers to make the likes of Gale and Charles and even McCullum make the pace. But now, inside the power play, Tamim has turned to his young speedster. McCullum won't mind this. He prefers the ball coming onto the bat. He'll just want to settle in there. They'll know they've had a setback. They'll know what he's capable of.
Yeah, Roshan was crying for the seamers to come on because the wicket's been under lights and covered over the last 2 days. But this is why, because there's a little bit of shape. You can see that ball going away. We haven't seen much so far. And again, even that delivery. So obviously, overcast conditions. Pitch has been covered over the last couple of days. The ball's coming onto the bat, but it's certainly swinging for the bowlers. That's very nice. You can see he was expecting that to stay straight and looking to turn that to the onside. But that shape is why he got the leading edge to it. So absolutely spot on there. Roshan Abhisinghe wanting the seamers on early.
That's not good from Saifuddin. That's a gift. Johnson Charles doesn't need to be in any kind of form to hit that kind of shot. Full toss, on leg stump. Thank you very much.
You know what can happen, Galton, is when the ball hasn't been swinging throughout the tournament and then you get the ball to start swinging, you can get greedy. And I think that's what he's done there. He's tried to get that ball to start really straight. Because it's been getting a little bit of swing, and it can happen to the bowler sometimes. He's just got to remember the ball is swinging and he's got to keep it in the right place, and he'll get it to swing too.
You've got a brief glimpse there of Hassan Ali shaking his head. I think he's telling himself, and maybe he'll have a quiet word with Saifuddin as well. He's a senior bowler, even though he's a relative newcomer to the game. Now Saifuddin, against the Rangpur right-handers in this tournament, he's got them out on more than one occasion. And you can see it's been full or just outside the off-stump, the line, not the line he's bowled the last two deliveries. That's the one Tino was mentioning.
That's where you want to be. If you can start off from off-stump or just outside and the ball swings, then you're all right. But if you start leg stump, middle and leg, and you're expecting it to swing and it doesn't, then that becomes automatically a bad ball. And it's the power play that we're in at the moment, so only one man back on the leg side field, and he's got to cover fine leg, deep square leg and the mid-wicket area.
Good finish to the over, good finish to the power play from the Kumila Victorians. They've got rid of Chris Gale, but Rangpur have put 45 on the board.
নতুন কুরকুরে আমেরিকান স্টাইল ক্রিম এন্ড অনিয়ন চিজ ক্রিম আর অনিয়নের এমনই কম্বিনেশন যা দারুণ স্বাদে সবাই হয় আপন।
তাহলে সোমবার
আমার ভাগ্নির জন্য রোববারই হয়ে যাবে।
কুরকুরে খাও, ফ্যামিলি বানাও।
Congratulations.
ওর কাপড় আমার কাপড়ের চেয়ে উজ্জ্বল হলো কি করে?
কারণ সাধারণ ডিটারজেন্ট কাপড়ে পাউডারের স্তর ফেলে এবং কাপড়কে করে ফ্যাকাশে। নতুন রিন সম্পূর্ণ ভিন্ন, কাপড়ে দেয় নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বলতা। নতুন রিন, থাকুন উজ্জ্বল সব সময়।
You're a real beauty. Oppo F5. Capture the real you.
আজ আমার গোটা দেশের বিশ্বাস আমার উপর, আর আমার বিশ্বাস কিনলের উপর। বিশ্বাস প্রতিবিন্দুতে কিনলে।
ভ্যাকুয়াম ইভাপোরেশন পদ্ধতিতে পরিশোধিত মোল্লা সুপার সল্ট, যাতে কোনো ক্ষতিকারক কেমিক্যাল থাকে না।
নে, তুইও নে।
মোল্লা সুপার সল্ট, যে লবণে মাথা খোলে।
Full, and McCullum was not going to hold back there. Led off up in the circle. There is a long on, but he certainly gave that a kitchen sink. Johnson Charles on strike now, and he's had some poor scores, 26, 2, 1 and 9. That's all he's scored throughout the BPL. What I've liked is that in this 38 today, from just 23, well, and does it once again.
That's the shortest of the boundaries, and he just picked his spot. That was asking to be hit. 126 Ks off the bat. Al-Amin will have to be careful with his length. Once again short, this time from outside the off stump. He swings it around. Graham Creamer down there. He's just in that kind of a zone. When Johnson Charles gets into the zone, watch out. He's been inconsistent even for the West Indies when he plays for them or in regional cricket. Had a couple of big innings in the CPL earlier this year, but again didn't quite carry on. Played along with Andre Fletcher.
Thought about the single, decided against it. And quite rightly did that. We know how good a fielder Marlon Samuels is. Brilliant direct hit to get a wicket in the last game. But yeah, look, if a Johnson Charles comes out and he gets you a whirlwind 40 or a whirlwind 50 at the beginning of the innings and gets out, I'm okay with that because he's done his job. Bit of extra bounce, nicely controlled. The problem for me comes is when he goes out there and doesn't play his game and spends 4 or 5 overs at the wicket, ends up with 8 or 10 runs or maybe even 15, and then gets out. His role is to go out there and make sure the team has a good start, and he's gone and done that today. And with the ball to go in the 7th over, 54 for 1 on this surface is a really good start.
On that occasion it was just wide outside the off stump. Charles didn't try to premeditate. 55 for 1 after 7, and the umpire gives both teams a bit of a breather with a smile on his face. It's the Boshundar ILP Gas strategic timeout.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাবা, বিয়েটা করেই ফেললাম, দোয়া করবেন।
Congratulations.
ওর কাপড় আমার কাপড়ের চেয়ে উজ্জ্বল হলো কি করে?
কারণ সাধারণ ডিটারজেন্ট কাপড়ে পাউডারের স্তর ফেলে এবং কাপড়কে করে ফ্যাকাশে। নতুন রিন সম্পূর্ণ ভিন্ন, কাপড়ে দেয় নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বলতা। নতুন রিন, থাকুন উজ্জ্বল সব সময়।
আলোর স্রোতে পাল তুলেছে হাজার প্রজাপতি, আলোর